I read a lot of books, therefore I buy a lot of books. Sounds legit. However, I tend to buy way more books than I can possibly read, leaving myself with virtual bookshelves of unread books. And as an anti-consumerist at heart, I have a problem with that. But before I lay out the pretty obvious two-step solution to that problem, let's first see how I got here. Hello, I'm Claire. I like some books. Arguably, some of them even too much. As a person, I have many weaknesses. Some of them are unsurprisingly related to money spending. I'm having a hard time holding myself back when it comes to buying toys for my kids that I wish I had when I was a child, supporting causes that I care about, and buying books that I'm interested in. Now, I'm mostly an audiobook lover, and most of the books I listen to through Audible. Unfortunately, not sponsored. Audible has had many sales over the years, and I think you can guess where this is going. While the books are at their regular price, I'm pretty fine with being just like, oh yeah, just put it on the wish list and I'll get it someday, maybe. But when they're on sale and on my wish list, well, I mean, if you were gonna buy anyway, why not buy it when it's a sale, right? Yes, I do have a problem. That's what this video is about. To make matters worse, my husband, Ryan, and I share the Audible account, which means that we both buy books and then forget that we bought them. Okay, but how big is this problem? Because I kind of know that I have it, but like, how big is it actually? I have run the numbers. Or to be more exact, I just went through our Audible library, which admittedly does have like over 500 titles in it. And I picked out all of the books that I haven't read, but I am still interested in. On Audible, your library consists of all the books you bought, plus all the podcasts and free books that you have added to your library. Yes, there are free books on Audible. Once you pay for the membership, of course. So I sorted all of the unread books into 2 collections. Collections are just ways to organize your library a bit because it gets overwhelming. So I now have a fiction TBR and a non-fiction TBR. TBR stands for to be read. In the fiction collection, there are 63 titles. And in the non-fiction one, there are 24 titles. I need to add on to this 5 more fiction and 6 more non-fiction titles that are not in these collections, but that are already downloaded onto my phone. Together, that's 98 titles that I have access to, but have not read yet. Wow. True, many of these titles are short stories or novelettes, so I could get through them fairly quickly. But still, it's like 100 books just sitting there, not getting the love that they deserve. Or hate. I could hate them. Or be indifferent to them. Anyhow, as I'm currently reading around 10 books a month, this heap of books isn't that astronomically huge for me. If I really wanted to, I could get through all of them this year, if I didn't buy any other books in the meantime. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We still haven't assessed the problem to its fullest. Because I also have unread physical books and ebooks. The ebooks I will not bother counting because when I'm buying ebooks, I'm mostly buying them when I buy a whole bundle. And I'm buying bundles by looking at, are there 2 possibly 3 books that I'm interested in this bundle? And if yes, then I get a whole bundle. So I'm basically buying the bundle knowing that I'm gonna read just 2 to 3 books from the whole bundle. And then there will be like 18 unread books there as well. I have no problem with that because this is my decision. This is how I work. I'm fine with that. And therefore I think this doesn't need any tracking. The physical books are a different beast entirely. They take up space, which I constantly need more of. And while looking at them on my shelves, they are a constant reminder to me that I do not have my life under control. Them I needed to put into more categories. It will become obvious why. So we have 4 unread fiction books, 3 unread escape type of books, 8 unread inspiration-y books. They are basically like picture books with mythical beasts, beings from folklore, monsters, dragons, that type of stuff, and are supposed to serve as inspiration for me to draw more or write stories about them. And with 8 unread books, you can tell it's not going that well. Then we also have 6 how to draw books. Many of those I have started, but they are still here on this list because they are not finished. The problem with these is that I need to actually do the exercise the book is recommending before I can move on to the next chapter, because that is the point of the book. And that means that I need more time to read it, and then I don't do it. We're not done. I still have the non-fiction section, which has 5 unread books. Putting it all together, that makes 26 unread physical books. So not 100, but still a lot. And taken into the context of how fast I'm reading audiobooks and how fast I'm reading the physical ones, this number might actually be worse than the 100 audiobooks. I have basically arranged my life around the fact that I want to maximize the time when I can listen to audiobooks. But I have not optimized it for reading books. Just sitting down and doing nothing else but reading the book. So for me, getting through 100 audiobooks is basically way easier than getting through like 20 physical books. So that's the situation I have found myself in. Now let's see what can be done about it. The first thing I have come up with is that I need to stop buying books. No, I don't need to stop, but I need to significantly slow down the buying. I don't need to buy something on every sale there is. This is one of those things that's easier said than done, because I already knew that I had unread books. Everybody does. But I think I was able to completely ignore that while buying new ones because I didn't know the extent of the problem. Now that I know that it's 100 books, it's not like 10 or 20, it's 100. I'm hoping it's gonna help me hold back a bit more, because why buy 20 new books when you still have like 100 unread ones just sitting there? The second thing I need to do is to read the books that I already own. You can stop the applause. I know, I'm brilliant. Nobody else could have come up with that one. The tricky part with this step, as with the previous one, is to actually do it. The problem here with the audiobooks was that I would buy books, or even better, Ryan. I'm pointing over there because his office is there. Not that that means anything to you, but... Okay, so we're buying books, and then Audible has another sale, and we buy like 10 or 20 new books. So the older ones just get buried in the new ones. And when I'm looking for a new book to listen to, I just scroll as far as I'm willing to, And sometimes that's not that far. And then I'm having the feeling of, oh, I read everything. But I did not, because there's like a stack of unread books here, way down. The thing is, I did now go through all of the books, and I did put them in the separate collection. I've separated them out, that's the point. So now when I'm looking at a new book to listen to, I can just go to that folder and pick a book from there. And when I'm done with it, I shall remove it from the folder, so the folder will only contain the books that I have not read yet. This, I think, should be enough for me to get through most of the books. And you know, DNFing them counts as getting through. Now, the physical books, for them, I need a different strategy. Here, the problem was not finding them. They're all there. The problem was finding time to actually read them. And my solution for that part of the problem is that I will take half an hour, maybe an hour each night, make that almost each night. Before going to bed, I will read or draw, whatever. I think this will work because I have already done that. So I know it has worked for me in the past. Now, why did I stop doing it? That is an excellent question. Moving on. These two steps seem reasonable, simple, and easy to follow. What could go wrong? Well, I have done all of this a couple of weeks ago, counted the unread books, decided to follow the steps, and then I immediately done the opposite. In my defense, I got completely obsessed with the murder mystery series, The Naturalist by Andrew Mayne, so I could not even consider doing anything else before I finished the series. I can tell you I have done a lot of house chores in those 8 days. The bathroom is sparkling. But now I'm done with the series, so I will start with the 2 steps program for realsies this time. And we shall ignore the 2 how to draw books that I already ordered and are currently in the mail. Okay. I shall give you an update in a few months to see how this is going. But in the meantime, I would really love to know, how many books do you have that you have not read yet? Only a couple of months ago, I had a big discussion with Ryan about how some people just buy new books and they never read them, and how awful that is. And why do they do that? You can consider me educated now. I will never say such things ever again. Or if I do, you are completely allowed to call me out on it. Until the next time you click on one of my videos. Bye-bye. 24 plus 6 and 63 and 5. That's 98. This is how I'm using my physics degree. Oh well.